guys, it has been a hot minute. Welcome back to the Worlds Collide podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mandy, and dude, what's your name again? Do I know you?
Billy.
Billy
Yes,
Bob.
I'm Billy today. No, just Billy today.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I think Billy Bob's better.
I'm Michael.
Oh, welcome back, guys. This is going to be kind of a bittersweet episode for us, and probably not very long, just to be honest. We've been gone for quite a while now, and it was because life and health and all kinds of things just really threw us some curveballs we weren't expecting, and that, quite honestly, we weren't prepared for. It affected this podcast, our personal channels, our business, just everything. And we've had to do a lot of thinking and come to some conclusions. But before we get into those, we do want to discuss the Colleen Ballinger situation. We're not going to go into great depth on it. We just want to kind of touch on it. If you've listened to this podcast before, you know we have had some pretty harsh words for Adam McIntyre. And while I still don't agree with Adam on a great many things, we felt we needed to use this episode to issue a public apology to Adam. And most of this is on my side, not so much Michael's. I criticized Adam many times for not doing his research, and I'm sure y'all remember that. Well, as it turns out, I was pretty damn hypocritical doing that. I did not dive deep enough into the situation with Adam and Colleen, and sorely misjudged him on that whole situation. And Adam, if by some off chance you hear this, number one, I deeply apologize to you, and number two, I applaud you. You've kept a good amount of grace and dignity through all of this. And I've been there. I've been where you are, where you know you're telling the truth and people don't believe you. And I know how devastating and frustrating that could be. If with it happening in private, in a private life, but for it to be so public and so many people dogpile on you, and we were guilty of that. I am so sorry, and I am so glad that you are now being vindicated. I still don't agree with you on some things. But the more that comes out about the situation, the more that I kind of believe those experiences have made you the way you are towards some people. And I get that. I could be wrong on that, but I get it. I understand it. And I've actually developed quite a bit of respect for you. So, for those of y'all who don't know, it has come out that Adam was telling the absolute gospel truth about Colleen all this time. Colleen, I've seen people on the internet claiming you can't call her a groomer. Look up the definition of groomer, people. What she did to Adam and these other kids, that is grooming. It's disgusting and it's scary. And now the clips have come out of her holding a young girl's legs open on stage. And I see on Twitter this young girl being attacked and told, well, you shouldn't have wore a skirt like that. You were asking for it. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
That goes into like rape culture. We've all heard that said about rape victims. And I'm sorry to that girl, to Adam, and to all of Colleen's victims. Colleen and Corey, need to be taken down so fast it makes their heads spin. But it remains to be seen what the platforms are going to do regarding them. Michael, what do you think the platforms should do regarding these filthy animals?
To be honest, I'm kind of wondering who the platforms are going to follow. Usually they wait to see, it seems like to me,
True.
kind of what comes from it. But when I find an article from Rolling Stone titled "Fans Built Her an Internet Empire, and now they're tearing it down,"
Yes.
it's not looking good for her. 4 former fans. They're explaining. They actually did an interview with Adam.
Yes, I read it earlier, and like I said, he has shown, especially for somebody his age in this position, and been in this position since he was like 10, all this crap going on and happening. I know I have called him names. I've been so critical of this boy, and I know he's a grown man, but look at my age, look at his. I have children older than him, so yeah.
Yeah, you're old.
Bite me. But he has it not given you a new respect for him, the grace he has shown with this, and that he didn't go hide. Most people, especially at that age, would have went and hid. No, he went on and built his brand.
Yeah, I'd give credit where credit's due there, and it's then they mention in this article too. It's kind of funny that you said what you did about basically everybody bullying him and turning on him, because the article tells how he went to YouTube to begin with to escape bullying.
Yep.
And other difficulties.
Y'all know, so I couldn't.
It's like out of the pan into the fire.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know people twice his age that would have buckled under all of this. No, he kept his head held high, and even with people like us attacking him, and we don't like you, we don't agree with you. And like I said, I'm not going to say I agree with everything concerning him, but I have a totally new respect for him, and I've spent the past, 2 weeks watching every video he's put up and what's unfolded, and although I do still have difference of opinions with him on some things, and I do regret that he's had to go through this, it does seem to me almost like it's made him grow just as a person, and the way he behaves and the way he reacts. He just seems, I don't know how to put it. He seems very different to me, and it's a side of him I haven't seen before, and that I'm not going to lie, I really like. Honestly, I do. And even if, put that aside, you have to look at somebody, whether you like them or not, that has gone through this and come out of the other side, seems like stronger for the most part, and with their head held high. You've got to admire that. I mean, Now I was worried. I was watching one of his videos the other night, and Michael, you even pointed out being worried with what was going on, and it showed, and I'm not about to put a clip of it up here. I'm not going to do it. But showing the outside of where he lives. Adam, darling, no, 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 don't do that. Okay? Protect yourself first and foremost. Your fans will understand that. If they don't, they weren't real fans to start with. Now, one part of that video did really get me, where he was talking about his mom coming to visit and how much he needed a hug. And it did make me wonder, he's obviously been strong, but it makes me wonder how long you can be strong in that position. And
everybody's got a breaking point.
Yeah, and it kind of worried me about him. It did. He seemed so sad and so pitiful. And to top it all off, the person that first started kind of vindicating him, Cody Rants, then comes out and admits that basically the only reason they backed him and released the proof that would have prevented him from going through any of this all that time was because they're now mad at Colleen and Corey. But then pretended to be Adam's friend, and it was, oh, I'm so sorry. And Adam, to his credit, was gracious enough to not only tell this person, I forgive you, but have them come on live with him and sit and discuss the situation. And the very next damn night, she's basically admitting, I just did this because I'm mad at him. I sat on the evidence that would have proved Adam was not a liar for years. And I'm only coming out with it now because I'm mad. There's a term for that kind of person. Oh, yeah, conniving bitch. That's it. That's the term.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, I've never held back on what I thought about when Adam did shitty stuff, and I'm not about to hold back when somebody's done something shitty to him. And for all you Colleen Ballinger fans out there that are attacking Adam and her other victims, you should be ashamed. You should be crawling under a rock, hiding your face right now. This isn't like when Trisha Paytas yelled this or that and had absolutely no proof. There is proof. And you people still going to back her? I think all your neighbors need to be scared and worried about you being around the kids. That's just my thoughts on it. Michael, what are your thoughts?
Just reading through this article some more, I see where they bring up her best friend, Corey.
Yeah, Corey DeSoto.
Ex-husband Joshua and brother Trent. Supposedly fans have claimed that Trent asked about their sex lives. Or inappropriate texts.
Colleen asked about their sex lives.
Her brother. Yeah.
Colleen asked if they were virgins, asked Adam for shots of his ass, asked Adam what his favorite position was. Keep in mind, he was underage.
Yeah. Bullied over their weight by
yes.
DeSoto.
Yes, that was somebody that goes by Gamer Alex Gamer. Let me look that up real quick. I was actually reading through their Twitter earlier. Oh, excuse my computer making noises. I'm sorry. Okay, now my browser wants to update. Wonderful.
And as you can imagine, none of them responded to Rolling Stone for comment. So.
Well, and that's another thing. She's not bothering to respond to anything. It's like she thinks if she ignores it, it's going to go away like it did before. It's not going away, Colleen. I was a fan of yours. I think
this has gotten too big.
I was a fan of hers, and now it's like, in which before this came out, I started seeing things out of her that were kind of alarming to me. And so I got to where, I just wasn't watching her stuff. I actually unsubscribed from her channels. And then this dropped, and then I realized I was still subscribed to one of her channels, so I immediately got rid of that. But I've been wanting to speak about this for a while, but I wanted to research it more because I didn't want to make the mistake of doing what I did before and had accused Adam of doing, not doing the research. So this time I wanted to get it right, and the more I go down this rabbit hole and find, the sicker I feel. One, I feel sick for her victims, and that's what these kids were. They were victims. They were groomed and used, and it's just disgusting. Two, I feel sick that I didn't believe Adam. I think a lot of people did not believe Adam because if you look at it, Adam can be pretty abrasive in a lot of ways. And I think because of that, people just wrote him off a lot. And we're seeing now how incredibly wrong that was. And Michael and I were discussing the other night something that I haven't really heard anybody. None of the stuff that I've watched has really touched on this part of it, besides the icky grooming behavior. She admitted in her apology video, back in, what was it, 2020, that she was using her young fans to do work for her as, quote, interns. We are talking kids that, in which I don't know how the laws, like, in all these kids' different countries work, but I know here in the U.S., we have child labor laws. And I'm pretty sure she was violating those. She was enticing these kids, making them feel special, and getting them to do her work for her, design stuff for her, or in Adam's case, run her Twitter, even if it was only for a day, Colleen. What the hell? And her take all the credit and the money. Am I the...
That's seems like the definition of child labor to me. I mean,
is that not just skeezy as hell?
Yep.
So
I would say so.
Even if you want to laugh at the little sexual innuendo she had going on with minors, you're still going to laugh at that. We frown on other countries for doing that type of shit. And here she is making buku bank using these kids. I'm pretty disturbed by just that by itself.
Yeah, not to mention the rest of it.
I just, and to say, I'll hire them on as an intern, and then if it works out, put them on payroll. So in other words, is I'm going to milk you and your little underage butt, quite probably literally the way she wanted to talk to these kids, but I'm going to milk you for your creativity and your ideas and your hard work. And then I could just say, oops, it didn't work out. So I've made my money off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you get nothing in return. And that's part of how she kept stringing Adam along, was promising a job. Did she talk to any of these kids' parents? Did she get permission from any of these kids' parents? Did any of these kids' parents sign anything giving Colleen the right to use their children's creative works?
I doubt it very seriously.
So if there's any really good lawyers out there that are looking for a high-profile case and want to help out a bunch of kids that were victimized by this bitch,
there you go.
Reach out to these kids and their parents. Help them get what they should have gotten out of her. Some respect and some pay. Because that's bull. Now, I'm about to bring up a word that Michael just loves. Trisha. And the look on his face, y'all. I've seen a lot of people, including some people that I admire and respect, saying that maybe people are being too hard on Trisha Paytas right now, expecting her to speak out against Colleen. And a lot of them were like, well, like for the past year, she's calmed down. Okay, that's all well and good. But let's not forget that raging psycho drug up crap people did 10, 12 years ago to try to cancel them, often with no proof that they actually did anything wrong. She smeared a dead man with no proof. And she openly harassed and called for the cancellation of many people who did not speak out against somebody she thought they should, whether it was true or not. Why are we supposed to cut this bitch slack?
Wasn't that like the definition of cancel culture?
Ding, ding, ding. She did all this, and now we're not supposed to hold her feet to the same fire she held everybody else's to. I'm sorry. No, this is just Miss Karma coming and knocking on Miss Patus's door going, "Hey girl, how you been? I'm back."
Hell coming to breakfast.
And she's earned it. She's earned every bit of it. And she's still just going on about the podcast with Colleen like Colleen's the greatest thing in the world. Oh, God. Two psycho bitches that were meant for each other.
Like I said earlier, no publicity is bad publicity is probably the way she's looking at it. So, I mean, whatever. Definitely not what I would want to be known for.
No, but she does not care. Trisha will lap up dog pee if she thinks it'll get clicks and views.
Oh, God, I just got a horrible image.
Maybe that should be our next OnlyFans. Anywho, I need to hush. I'm being mean.
You're being ugly.
I know. But for those of you who haven't kind of kept up on this situation, or those of you who were like us, just thoroughly blew off Adam McIntyre when he spoke about this, I encourage you to go watch everything, to look at everything, to do your own research, and maybe drop Adam and the other victims, a tweet of support, something to let them know people are behind them. And I'm about to bring up somebody else in this situation. Somebody that y'all may remember I haven't been a real big fan of either. Dustin Daly. Can't stand Dustin. Got no use for him. Nuh-uh. But Dustin manned up the other day. He recorded a video admitting he, like so many of us, had not believed Adam. He had give Adam pure shit. He had run him in the ground, and he owned up to that and apologized. And then pointed out how wrong what Cody Rance had done was. Dustin, hats off to you, my dude. That was a man. That was manning up in the biggest way. So,
yeah, owning your mistakes is, that's the way to be.
And, we're talking about people that we've really not agreed with or liked very much, but what we've always said from the beginning is we will always give credit and props where credit and props are due. And right now, Adam and Dustin have both earned those, especially Adam. So, like I said, really encourage y'all to go look into this situation yourselves. And it's a decision you have to make for yourself whether or not you're going to, if you're a fan of Colleen's, if you're going to continue to support her. But I would highly advise giving that some long, hard thought.
Lots of distance.
Yeah. And if you're a parent out there that your child is a Miranda Sings fan, really rethink letting your child watch Miranda or Colleen or go to the shows, any of that, because we've seen what happens to kids that are around Colleen unattended. It's not good. A lot of these kids are going to be second guessing themselves, their judgment. Any creator that they choose to watch or look up to, they're going to be wondering, are they really a sleazeball behind the scenes? This is going to have lasting damage to a lot of these kids. And for Colleen, one of the worst parts to me was Colleen pointing the finger at Adam's mom. How dare you, you bitch? That was just... And then want to turn around and sick her fans on Adam and his mom by claiming, Adam brought her child into it. No, the only thing that was asked is, how would you feel if somebody did this to your son? I don't
know that turns into let's spin this and take the heat off of me,
Yes.
put it on somebody else.
That's exactly what she was doing, and I don't think that was an unreasonable question to ask. That would have been my first question. And you let me find out some heifer like Miss Ballinger has done to my child what this woman has done to Adam and so many other kids. She just better be glad Adam's mama is apparently more of a lady and a good person than I am. Because she didn't say the things to her I would have been saying. And if I could get my hands on her, oh, God help her. No. Mm-mm.
It's on.
It's on like Donkey Kong. That's all I got to say. But just to finish that out, again, Adam, mainly me, but I think Michael's joining me in this sentiment. We do apologize. And big credit to you for being the man you've been through this.
Absolutely. Much respect.
Now, guys, here's the part of this that's going to be kind of
Humdinger.
Yeah, I've been dreading this part since we made the decision. Like I said earlier, life and health issues have really taken us by surprise. Family issues, business issues, not as far as the business goes, it's not issues, it's just basically we've overloaded ourselves on that end. Michael still works a regular job. He goes to school. As some of y'all know, I'm a writer. We've got CM Stars Creations. We, had started this podcast. We streamed. We did YouTube videos. We've got kids and grandkids and a house and a little mini farm and all kinds of things going on. And
too many irons in the fire doesn't really describe it.
Yeah. And once life and health started jumping up and smacking us around, we realized to really get where we want to be with our company, our YouTube channels, and with life and still feel like we're living, some things are going to have to be cut. And unfortunately, for right now at least, the podcast is one of them. It may be something we try to revisit later once our company gets to the point where we can hire more people. I mean, we've hired a couple of people that are helping us on a lot of ends, but it's still too much for us. And we don't want to ask these people to take on more when right now we can't pay them really what it would be worth. So once the company grows some more and we get to a point where we can hire more people and pay them their true worth, we may come back to the podcast.
Just have to see how things go.
Yeah. As of right now, though, this will be the last you guys will hear from us. We're going to leave everything up on Spotify and, all the platforms, YouTube as well. We're going to leave the Worlds Collide Corner in the Discord. We're going to leave up our social medias and stuff, but we'll just have to revisit this later, like I said, and see how things are. And when we do, we may have to look at taking a different approach, because one of the things that had gotten where it bothered us was it seemed like we didn't really get a very big audience on any of these unless we were covering horrible stuff. And don't get us wrong. We know horrible stuff goes on in the world and stuff that needs to be addressed, such as the Colleen Ballinger situation and so many other things. But
oh yeah,
when you're trying to do everything we were trying to do and then sitting down and trying to research this horrible crap, just mentally, it's like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to read this. I don't want to sit and talk about this stuff all the time. I don't want to watch videos on it all the time, and it's depressing.
Negativity breeds negativity.
Yes. Yes. So when we do revisit the podcast, we're going to have to look at I mean, we will still touch on some major issues from time to time, but we want to find a way to take it in a totally different, more positive direction. And but like I said, we don't know when that'll be. And we just, for those of you that have been here, for those of you that shouted us out, Mike and Actor, Rich Lux, you guys, all of y'all that subscribed, all of y'all that listened, just know we're grateful. We are very, very grateful.
Very grateful.
And if you want to keep up with us and see, where we're taking the direction of our company and our other channels and stuff, one of the best ways to do that would be to join our Discord. We would love to have y'all over there. We're trying to build a tight-knit community. The link will be in the description. But for now, this is a goodbye for the podcast. But we hope you enjoyed this last one and our take on the whole Colleen Adams situation. We hope you are all doing well and happy and healthy. And we hope you all go out and do something great. Even small things can be great. Do something great for yourself. Do something great for the people you love. Do something great for the world in general. Just have a positive impact. All right, guys.
Be a light where there's a whole lot of darkness and a whole lot of division.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know, the world's in a bad shape right now, it seems like.
It is.
Be that positive change.
All right, guys. Much love to all of you, and go join the Discord. Let's not let this be the complete end. Join the Discord and go with us on the journey to build CM Stars into a company that's going to help people and do good things.
Absolutely. We're not going away. We're just shifting.
Yep. All right. Much love and hug, guys. Bye, y'all.
Peace.